welcome to our visioning session for 2022. We're going to get our visions, our intentions, our stuff on so that 2022 starts a little better than maybe 2021. How many of you have done, I'm going to pick a word for the year. Have you guys done that before? Anybody?
No.
Yes. What was your word, Abby?
My word was patience.
And how'd that go for you?
It's hard.
So the patience didn't quite happen.
Get it. Nope.
Nope.
My intentions were good, but it didn't pan out very well.
Okay. What was I would love, those of you who did not do a word, I would love to know what was your, if you had any, vision, intention, goal for 2021. Like, what did you envision? What did you set a goal to do? What did that look like at this time of year last year? Anybody have one?
Well, I know
You go ahead.
back in August, whenever I took your Genius Boot Camp, you had mentioned about matching family pajamas for Christmas.
Mhm.
I didn't do it, but I did not know that my best friend had surprised me with that for our family.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
That showed
yeah.
up. Huh?
And I never even said anything. It was just one of those things that you envisioned it and it happened from somebody else.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. So what I would love right now is for you guys to get out a piece of paper, and we're going to kind of look towards your 2022. And what I want to do is actually, let's break this out into quarters. So between now and March, what is something that you would love? Now, I want you to hear my language. I do not say, what would you want? And the reason is because the way that the subconscious picks up the word want is going without having, okay? Or wanting without actually achieving or having. Desiring, when you say what I desire is with the anticipation that's on the way. But where I love to create from is what would I love? So between now and March, what would you love? I'm getting. Hold on. Somebody's trying to get on, but they can't find me. So that's what I would love for you to do right now. Because I would love for you to just write down in March and then go April, May, June. What would you love? Like something you would love to have, to be, to do. And then do each quarter. Let's see if we can kind of think about each quarter. Next fall, what would you love? And then into winter.
Put them off to the side.
I'm gonna try to bring a couple more people in. There's some Facebook chatter going on here. While you do that, I'm gonna bring them on in.
What are we doing? I'm sorry.
You are what I set some intentions. What would you love to have, experience, do? Or be in the first quarter. So between now and end of March, we're just going to take it kind of quarter by quarter. So you're going to put 4 different things, right? As you're thinking about 2022. Sorry, I'm a little disjointed because I'm trying to help other people get in here.
Melissa and Deanna, what would you love? Break it up into quarters. What would you love Q1? What would you love Q2? What would you love Q3?
Where is this coming from? Sarah Davis. There we go. Oh, I got her. Now I'm, all right. So I would like to know just your first quarter desires, what you would love. And I'm actually going to capture these so that we have some accountability to see if, not accountability like I'm going to, hunt you down if you don't get your things accomplished, but more just so that it's in a space where somebody actually has that vision, right? Because sometimes, I don't know about you, but I will set goals in my head and not tell anybody about it because I don't want I don't want to look like a failure. So I just don't tell anybody about it. But Liz is like, yes, that would be me. But what I know is that when I do that, I excuse myself a lot quicker about not having to, do it. So we have Melissa here and we have, oh, look at that. Deanna's here. Hi, Deanna. Got a whole family going on here. Man, 2022 is going to be good for the Lindsays. Dan's here. And Katie's here. And Trevor, is Trevor here too? My goodness, Laura. Okay, so let's just kind of claim this. Beth Ann, what would you love in the first quarter of 2022?
So I already am starting a plan for 2022. So it's to focus on me and my weight loss journey because I kind of didn't focus on that towards the end of the year. It kind of fell off the radar, but that was okay. But I really want to focus on my weight loss journey with Jen. So
okay, good. So your intent, what you would love is to focus on that. What I want to hear from you though is, what does it look like in March? Where are you in March? Weight loss journeys. You can be focusing on your weight loss journey for the next 10 years.
okay.
And your subconscious is go, yeah, we're going to think about it a lot. But what I want to know is, what's your intention in March? Where are you in March? What does that look like? Does that make sense?
Like a number, like for like weight loss or just.
Okay, so I'm gonna, for each of you, I want you to do this. We're gonna state it, and Beth Ann, I'm gonna come back to you. And I want you to envision what's different for you, not a number. What is different for you in March than right now based on your weight loss? That makes sense. What's a little bit different, okay? Evie, what's your focus? What's your intention for the next 3 months?
My intention for the next 3 months is to be healthy. I have been sick for the last 4 weeks. I've taken 4 different kind of antibiotics and I'm still not there yet.
Right.
So I'm gonna have a colonoscopy scheduled in January. I'm gonna get that figured out and maybe go see a hematologist because I might have some other involvement with the hemoglobin that I didn't know about. So that's my focus.
So being healthy.
Yes.
So what I would love, same thing, I'm writing this down, but I'm starting you on the next process. I want you to think about what are you able to do in March because you're healthy that you are not doing right now. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Liz, what about you, my dear? March, what does that look like? Oh, you're muted.
Okay. My Q1 looks like I have earned, made, acquired, received at least $15,000 in income. I have spent a few weeks in Florida for a super successful Highland Games. And I have a beautifully completed website on a new platform with working registration forms.
Is that website for Highland Games?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. She's a go-getter. Patty, what about you?
I'm still kind of forming the specifics, but I want a reconnection with my strongest and healthiest self, just to feel reconnected. I lost that over the past year and a half, and just I want to be more redefined on the skills with singing, with design, but also just how I view myself and seeing myself in a healthy way again.
I love it. Okay. Now, I just have got here Patty's mom, but Patty's mom, you have a name. What is your name?
Anne,
Yeah, I should know that. I think I knew that. Okay. And what about you? What would you love as far as intentions go in the next 3 months?
well, I am just starting into chemo and radiation, so
Hmm.
I do not exactly know, but I wrote down that had feedback, that I wanted to find positivity through challenging me and arising above that suffering and challenges.
Okay. I love this, and I'm going to help you out with this because I get it. When you have something like that, it's very difficult to like look into that future and go, yeah, right? So I'm going to help you see what that looks like later on. All right, thank you for that. Dina, about you?
Okay, I'm unmuted.
Okay.
Okay, so I am going to be actively seeking healing for my lungs, so yeah, for the last 4 years, it's just been getting worse and worse, so I just got the name of a pulmonologist and going to be making an appointment and seeing if I can get this thing figured out.
Cool. So active healing for your lungs.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. Jimmy, about you in 3 months?
In 3 months, my visual is I want to be sitting at a campfire at the ranch in Utah with Basil.
Okay, so you're talking about sitting at the campfire in St. George, right?
Mm-hmm.
At the ranch for a Genius Boot Camp?
I think we have kickoff.
Oh, we do have kickoff in March
We do.
for kickoff.
So,
Okay.
but Basil wants to go for his birthday. It's his birthday. And so he wants to go and just be alone because it's basil. But that's my thing. Like that requires a lot of things happening between now and then.
Cool. That's right. Okay, good. All right. Deanna, what about you? This gets me so excited. I rub my hands and I get like giddy. Okay, what about you, Deanna? What would you love?
I want to experience.
Oh, wait, whoa. I would love.
I would love to feel better balance in my life through a regular routine of exercise. So that requires me exercising.
That does actually require you to exercise.
And
Oh,
committing to that, which, I've been wanting to start exercising for quite some time. So this is really a big deal.
It is a big deal. And I've got all sorts of ideas about what that can look like. So we're going to envision it, and then all of the things you need are going to come, because there's so many ways to do exercise, right? You've got a picture, you got a thing in your head, and what I'm hearing in the thing in your head is I've got to make myself do it. So instead, we're going to kind of shift this as what I would love is to exercise with grace and ease and excitement and fun.
Yes.
Yeah, right? Because that feels better.
It starts to create a real vision too of loveliness.
Okay, Melissa, what about you?
I have a few things. Maybe I need to just narrow it down to one, but
3 months. 3 months.
Right. I just feel like they're all tied together.
Okay, good. Go ahead. Do it.
The first one is to have the medical bills paid.
Okay.
More time with Logan and the kids, and then peace and acceptance. And those are all, we're working on new jobs for Logan, and we're working on some different income for me. And so those income streams happening would mean that I have more time, Logan has more time, so we can have more time together, and our bills will be all of it. So the goal, I guess, is the new streams of income for both Logan and I, but what it looks like is having medical bills paid and spending more time together and having more peace and acceptance in our home.
Cool. All right. Dan, what about you, my dear?
I love not needing this oxygen anymore.
Not needing oxygen. I love that.
I mean, oxygen's okay. I just don't want to fed the tube.
True. It is true. Okay, so we're looking for health, and we're looking for not needing oxygen within the next 3 months.
Right.
Yep. Super good. All right. Renee, are we participating today?
Yeah, I think so.
Sweet. Renee, what about you?
We're gonna try anyway.
Answer.
I would like to have, excuse me. I haven't been working, and I would like a more steady job. I have been looking at certain things. I just haven't had anything come through yet.
Okay, so I would love a steady job within the next 3 months. That's your intention, right?
Yeah. I'm actually supposed to start a job next week, but it's not necessarily one that I would like to keep. I will be working in the mall in the food court, but I would like something a little more,
Okay, so I would love a steady job that is fulfilling to me. How about that?
Sure, that does sound good.
Good. All right, perfect. All right, what about you, Kaylee? What do you got?
I am actually have been struggling to articulate it into like that cute little boom statement. So my focus is money and income, and so I have specific things from that. I would love to be in March. I don't even know when spring break is, so either in March or right afterwards, prepping for it, whichever. Taking my family on a great Disney vacation over spring break, and without worrying about the finances of that, just a fully stress-free, expensive Disney vacation, without concerns. So that's
I love it.
having my finances in a place where that is possible.
Okay, I love it. I love it. I got it captured. All right, Trevor, what about you? What would you love?
Okay, I'm going to monetize my men's group, and to have over 1,000 men in that group.
All right, is this an online group that you run?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, monetize the men group and have over 1,000 men in that group. At what level are you right now? How many men do you have?
I have 60.
60 men in the group now. Okay, that's really cool. I love it. All right, Lara, what about you, my dear?
I have two things I'm working on. I would love to have a stream of income from multiple places, and I'm working on setting up a group teaching my passions of herbs and astrology and healthy living. I just started an email list, and my goal is to have 20 subscribers. I currently have 6.
Okay, so teaching classes, right?
Yes, teaching classes.
Good, good, good.
And I would also, I want to learn dance. I've been taking some lessons, but I want to do private lessons and increase my fitness.
Love it. Dance lessons. Cool. All right, Stephanie, what about you? What would you love?
Oh. Sorry, I didn't realize I was not on mute. And I also just barely joined, so I was trying to figure out what was
Okay,
going
so
on.
what we're doing is we're kind of breaking out 2022 into 4 quarters. So instead of the overall, this is what I want to do in 2022, I find out that elephant is too hard for me to actually eat. And so we're just going to go the first 3 months, okay? Between now and March, what is something that you would love to do, to have something different than right now?
Okay, thank you. That was a great digest version. You know, I would love to be able to go on some good hikes in the summer, so I would love to be able to prepare for that physically.
Okay, so physically.
So just doing some fun exercises, I guess, to get ready for that.
Good, good, good. Okay, so training, exercises. Okay, I do not know who LLC iPhone is, so if anybody wants to claim that, I would love to know what your intentions are. Who is LLC iPhone?
And that's Lisa.
Oh, that's Lisa.
I was on mute.
Hey, Lisa. Hi. Yay. Lisa,
Hey.
what about you?
So I also just joined not too long ago. So I was just writing down a few things. First, I would like to be healed. Like I just had neck surgery. Here's my wound. Right? It's awesome. But so I want to be back to normal activity because they said it would be several months. So hopefully in this first quarter, I'll be back to normal activity and I'll get to have that pretty medical bill paid off. And I do a lot of office work here from my home, but I actually ironically have an office at a community center. And so my goal is to have things moved there. So I'm actually have a routine where I have working hours there so that I'm not doing it here at my home. And so when I'm home, I'm a mom and a wife.
Love it. Okay, I'm going to read these back. I want thumbs up if I've got them, right? And then we're going to talk about the difference between goals and visions. So first of all, Beth Ann, you got your weight loss journey, right? Do you know a little bit more about what you would love by March? What does that look like?
So I would love to be walking 2 miles a day for four times a week. and have a weight loss of 35 pounds.
Hey, great. All right. Evie, we're going to just be healthy. We're going to figure this out and you're going to get back to what health looks like,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever that is. Yes.
Good. Dina, lots of health stuff. We're going to get actively healing in the lungs, right?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
very important.
Good. Liz is going to have made about 15,000 income. She's going to spend time in Florida and get her Highland Games website done. Right, Liz? So good. Patty is going to reconnect, really connect powerfully with her strongest and healthiest self. Redefine new skills, right? And really look at how you view yourself in a different way. We're going to shift the view. Anne is going to get some positivity through these challenging health things that you're going to be doing. Okay. You said the suffering, and I'm going to not claim that suffering. Okay. Because we can speak you into suffering because that's what you're supposed to do. When you have cancer, you're supposed to suffer. But what if there is a treatment or something that makes it so that you don't suffer? You do have to endure, but enduring is not always suffering. I can endure joyfully with something, right? Enduring is just making it to the end. Does that make sense? Cool, cool. All right. Jimmy is going to be sitting at a campfire with Basil in Utah for the facilitators kickoff, for the Rare Faith facilitators kickoff. So good. All right, Melissa. I know she just walked away, but medical bills paid. She's going to have time with Logan. She's going to actually feel peace and acceptance and have some new streams of income. Deanna is going to get balanced through regular routine of some exercise. Dan is going to go, I'm not needing my oxygen no more. I'm running. Right? Are you going to run, Dan, or just not have oxygen?
Just not have oxygen.
No running for Dan. Okay, Renee is going to have a steady job that is fulfilling to her. Kaylee is going to have her kids. Okay, Kaylee, I got a question for you. Will you have already done your Disney adventure or have it ready to do? Spring break.
That's as I was writing it down. I'm like, I don't know that I actually want to go on spring break because that's a crappy time to go to Disney. So what I wrote is it is either planned and paid for or already taken.
Ah, love it. Okay. So she's going to have it paid for Disney vacation. I love it. All right. Trevor is going to monetize his men's group and have over 1,000 men in that group. Lara is going to have some streams of income from different places and have at least 20 subscribers. You have 6 now, 20 subscribers. And you're going to do some dance classes and teach classes. Stephanie is going to prepare for hiking physically, get some training done so she can really hike in the summer. And Lisa is going to be healed, have those medical bills paid off, and actually move to an office outside the home. Okay. Now I want to talk really, is there anybody who needs a shift? Did I get it all? We're good? Okay. I want to talk the difference between a goal and a vision. So this sounds like we've got goals, but I really want you to switch your brain in this. A goal says, this is what it is. This is what it has to look like for me to measure achievement. It has to be this way. And what we usually do with goals is we say, okay, if I'm actually going to get 1,000 men in the men's group, I have to break this down about how many weeks and how many men have got to show up so that I can hit that benchmark. It's got to look like this, which means I've got to do this. And it's all of these, what I call a very, very dirty word, and that is expectations. Expectations mean it has to look this way or I am a failure. And I don't know about you, but life gets in the way of every good expectation I have. Like I can sit here, I can plan it all out. And then what happens? I get really frustrated with everybody else around me who are not participating in helping me with expectations because they get in my way and they do things and life does things and it just messes everything up. So we are going to, first of all, for 2022, I want you to hear that expectations are not part of your life in 2022. We're going to get rid of expectations. They lead to disappointment, they lead to guilt, shame, and failure. So shifting that completely out of your space. Instead, I heard somebody say to me once, yeah, but then what? I mean, aren't we supposed to be driven towards things and that's expectations? And the answer is no, it's anticipation. We're going to anticipate each one of these things, and sitting in the energy of anticipation is so much more fun. Can you feel the shift? When I say expectations, it feels heavy. And when I say anticipation, it actually feels light and hopeful. Okay, so anticipation is hope, expectation is not. Okay, expectation is focus, determination, discipline, forcing yourself. I would love 2022 for everyone who's in my space to actually learn how to shift, that life can be lived with grace, ease, and fun. And that if we expect it to be hard, you will create the harder road for this thing to happen. You can still get there, but it's going to be hard because you value hard. If you value the fact that maybe I get to do this with grace and ease and fun, it can be there. I have decided that the test, this is totally according to me, I have decided that the test in life is not how much crap can I take and stay faithful. The test in life is how long am I willing to do the crappy way of doing things. And that there's a moment where I just go, yeah, I'm not doing that anymore in that way. I would just really, really love to do it with grace and ease and excitement and can't wait to see how the Lord and all the unseen help is going to bless me. That's way more fun. And it's actually not required to do hard to make it into like heaven. Like we don't have to do things as hard as society has decided to teach us that it is. So I looked at a devotional just a little bit ago, and it talks about how God uses trials to form us and to help us. Do you know what it did not say? He creates trials. It says he uses the trials that exist in our life to help shape and form us. So I think there's a little bit of a thing in our brain that says that God creates the trials for us to trudge through. He does not. We have an oppositional force in this world that creates all sorts of chaos and struggle and all of that. We can participate in that, or we can say, actually, what I understand about God and his kingdom and what he's trying to teach me is that I can be richly blessed and enjoy life and enjoy creation and enjoy all sorts of things. Can you imagine that God is actually up in heaven at this point, all in struggle, because that's what it takes to be God? Do we actually think that God is struggling right now? No. So the actual thought process is maybe I need to learn what it is to actually rely on him in a way that makes it so that I have permission not to struggle anymore. What if it's actually our choice to say, I want to align with things that would be easy? Now I'm going to go back to expectation for a second. When you think of the word expectation and goals, do you hear the struggle? Making myself exercise, making myself sit down and get the website done, making myself train for the hike, making myself do whatever it is I've got to do. Okay, that equals struggle. Grace and ease is a little bit different. Now, Anne, I understand this cancer thing because I did it. I did breast cancer. I did it with grace and ease. my path is different than anybody else's path. And I never actually, I don't champion chemo. I don't discount chemo. I don't champion radiation or discount radiation. I just know that I said, hey, God, what do I need to do to make this easier on my body? And so I was led down this path that made it so it's almost like I jumped over the whole cancer thing, even though it was still right there in my face. So I just want you to know, what if you could walk on water, Anne? What if you don't have to do it the way everybody else has done it, and you've got this picture in your head about what cancer looks like? What if there's a new treatment? What if your body handles and tolerates things in a different way? What if? Does that make sense? So we're going to go into anticipation. So I would like a little bit of chatter. What are your thoughts about that? The difference between expectation and anticipation. Any resistance come up with this? Any yeah buts?
My biggest issue that I always come back to with expectation, and it's something that I've struggled with ever since I took Joyful Heart for the first time, is not necessarily what I expect to happen, but what is expected of me. And that is my biggest struggle, is like, okay, so I'm anticipating these things and I am excited that they're going to happen, but what is expected of me in order for it to happen? And I have a hard time moving past that, or getting through that, or figuring out a different way to word that so that I can know like what my part is and what the Lord's part is, and how do I help things happen without putting expectations upon myself.
I love it. And Liz, what?
I said, how do I, and what she said, and then I followed that up with, or getting in the way. How
Or getting in the way of him, right? Because we have these, I'm going to do this. Hey, Lord, I love this. I have the plan. You have the power. Let's do this, Lord, right? So that's when we get in the way, because we tell God how that's supposed to go down. And he just laughs and goes, oh, sweetheart, you know, I'm like the God of the universe, and I'm like really creative about how to get everything done. I mean, if we need to do it this really limited way, I can do that for you. But how about, okay, so Melissa, the only expectation, if we're going to even use that word, is that you respond to every spark idea that shows up. And I will tell you, by the way, God anticipates our return. He does not expect it. He gives us everything possible and anticipates our choosing light and intelligence and love and all of the things to show up in his space with him. He anticipates our return. Doesn't that feel so much better? So, Melissa, he anticipates you responding to him. You get to participate in the miracle. You don't orchestrate it. Your responsibility is to enjoy your life and anticipate growth. So here's an interesting thing. I want to talk for just a second about this idea of gratitude for what we have, right? I was taught that if I asked for more, I wasn't grateful for what I had. And that is a false tradition, if you will, of our culture and things. The reality is I can be super grateful for everything that's around me and so excited about what's on its way. And nothing about that is ungratitude. I am grateful for what I have and anticipating more. So for you, Melissa, you can be your job is to really, really, really love your life, like the one that's existing right now, and be super excited about what it looks like in 3 months when the medical bills are paid. Woohoo! Okay, there's an and there, not a I have to trudge through this, and when the medical bills are paid, then I can enjoy my life. Your responsibility, the expectation is for you to stay in a vibration of love and all the good things that are around you. Because what that does is it makes it so that more good that's coming, you're able to receive. If you say, I'm going to wait until this is done, and I'm going to do all of the things that I have to do so that I can then enjoy my life, then you're actually not receiving all of the good steps that are on the way. So I'm going to say it again. Liz, your responsibility is to love your life and anticipate. Does everybody understand that? That is your responsibility. So when you start to sink, I am not saying Pollyanna this at all, because it's really important to go, guess what? This part of my life sucks. I actually don't like this right now, but I can keep my eyes on that thing over there that I really do love. And I'm going to sit in that love of the thing that I do love, and I'm going to change what I don't. It's okay for you to go, this sucks, I don't like it. So this was taught to me by my sweet daughter right after my mom passed. And it was about a month or two in, and I didn't want to burden people with my grief. And my daughter called and I told her, you know, it's not a good day, honey, to talk to me. It's just not a good day. And she goes, you know, it's okay that this sucks, right, Mom? And I go, what? She goes, it's okay that it sucks. This sucks. My mom passed on March 1st. We buried her on March 7th. And on the 14th, COVID shut the world down. And so it wasn't just grief, but I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't go outside. I had my little backyard that was like a chicken run and hardly had any space. And I did the best that I could there. But it was really, really okay to honor what I don't like. You can't grow if you don't honor what you don't like. So what I want you to see is embedded in all of these ideas here is that we're already honoring. I actually don't like where I'm at. And so I really want to move into a different space. I want to have more weight loss. I want to be healthier. I want to have more income. I would love to have an adventure instead of just sitting here. You're already honoring by just having vision what you don't like. So sit in for just a second. I want you to picture what is going really well for you right now. What's something that's really good for you? Can you go there? It's okay if you've got a heavy heart. I know what's going well for you, Liz Lindsay. You want to know? Rockin' hairstyle. Like, it's a good hair day. Seriously. It's a good hair day, Liz. That's awesome when you wake up and you go, looking good, feeling like crap, looking awesome. Okay? You can sit in the awesomeness for just a second and go, I look good. Life is not how I want it to be, and I'm looking good today.
She always looks good.
I know, right? That's what I mean, is embracing those little teeny, tiny things is your responsibility. So your ability to respond to your life is your responsibility. So you looking around, even when you feel heavy, you go, this is what heaviness feels like. What I would love to feel right now is a little bit lighter. You have the ability to look into something that would make you feel just a little bit lighter. That's your responsibility. So Melissa, you said something about expectations upon you. Let me ask you this, where are those expectations coming from? Who gives you those expectations?
I think that's what I can't figure out.
Okay, that's because it is a big blob of lies and nothingness. There isn't a big they who's expecting Melissa to do anything. That is a lie coming from the source of lies. Because I don't know, I expect that kid that's on your lap right now to have already been dressed by himself and eat, because, you know, to be a good human, he needs to take care of himself. If that's what you do to yourself, that's kind of the same vision of how God's going. He's like, no, 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 it's okay for you to be just like who you are right now. Okay? Now, we're going to workshop the next little section. We cannot get clear. The reason why we're struggling just a little bit is we have not thrown up yet. So what you're going to do is you're going to go back. I'm going to read these things through, and you're going to get out your piece of paper, and we are going to take like 5-10 minutes, and you are going to throw up all the reasons why this is impossible. Every single thing that's in the way, all the reasons why you suck and you're weak and other people and your body and all of the things that make it impossible to exercise, impossible to be healthy, impossible to gain your following that you want, impossible, all the reasons. Okay, so get out a piece of paper, and you are going to, on purpose, look at all the reasons why it's not possible. Okay, does anybody have any resistance to doing that? Please be honest, because I can't mentor or help you if you don't share.
There's not enough paper, and I'm not sure if I have enough ink.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is you're gonna choose how many pieces of paper. And you're gonna fill that up. And then if you and I need to throw up some more, I'll hold the ponytail that doesn't exist anymore because the hair's too cute because it's short. And I will hold your bucket. And we're just gonna do it, Liz. We've done this before, and it actually helps you every single time we do it. Okay, so let's get really clear. This is, by the way, one of the things that we do at Genius Boot Camp. Genius Boot Camp is a 3-day workshop that I lead. And we get super, super, super clear. And it's not just about visioning. We actually learn what our subconscious mind is doing and our conscious mind and all sorts of really fun stuff. So I've got a few of those coming up. Let's do this first. And you have got, I'm gonna look at our time. We have got, let's do 10 minutes. And you are going to throw up. Okay? All the reasons. Does anybody have any questions about what you're doing right now? So Dan, every single reason why you can't get off of oxygen. Every single reason, Renee, why you will not ever find the job that fulfills you. Okay? Every reason why it's not possible to train for the hike. Every reason why Lisa is never, ever going to get into the office that allows her home to just be her home. All the things in the way, all the reasons why Kaylee is not actually going to go on a Disney adventure that is paid for in Divine. All the reasons, okay? So I'm gonna be quiet and you are gonna write. Actually, I'm not gonna be quiet. I'm gonna give you an example. I was forced, yes, I feel forced to leave my house in June, and I had to get a new house. And I didn't want to, and I was really, really, really mad. So I wrote this, what I would super love to receive, but then I couldn't actually write down anything about the house that I wanted because I had all this junk in the way. So I wrote, I found out this week I have to move. I'm going to dump all the negative things about this so I can make space for some positive. Number one, I don't want to exert any mental, emotional, physical, or financial effort for a move. 2, I hate feeling being displaced. 3, I'm tired of finding my place in new social circles. 4, I love walking up Airport Road in the morning. I finally have a friend. Tom and I approach things very differently. It's difficult to stay positive when he's stressed and doubtful. The market isn't optimal for buying or renting right now. We are not financially prepared to buy. I want time to build our dream home, not leave right now. This is distracting me from business. There is no good space for my piano in any architecture anywhere. Tom wants to keep it so small so that the grandkids can't come, and I want it big for grandkids. And he's so stressed, he can't really help much. I hate to pack. I just threw up all my things. So that's what I want you to do. Every negative thing that comes into your head, just put it down on paper. Okay, ready, go. I shall be right back. Okay, 2 more minutes. And then I'll explain about that little message about Genius Boot Camps, by the way. Okay. What I would love is for someone to share one of your best, really heartfelt zingers about it feels so true. It's negative and it feels so true. Somebody share with me one thing that's in your way. Beth Ann, what's in your way?
So I find it very difficult to cook healthy because I guess I really don't know how.
Okay, so cooking healthy is a big one for you.
Yes, and convenience.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else? What about you, Evie? What's a big one for you?
Going through caretaking of my husband for 10 years has depleted my resolve to take care of me. It's just too hard to do.
It's just too hard to do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that. Okay, Liz, what's your hardest? What's your big one? I love the eyebrows. What, me? Yes. I want to hold your throw up. Go. What's one of your big ones?
Big one is and this is the most frustrating part. My big one is the same one that it's been for 2 years now. I'm not worthy of the things that I want.
Yep. And yet I've watched you shift out of that at times too. So it's not a truth. But I love the fact that you just are willing to just still throw it up. Because what do you do with throw up, Liz? Like, do you play in it? Do you eat it again? What do you do when you actually throw up?
That's gross, first of all.
I'm just asking. Like, do you keep it or do you throw it out?
I have a hard time throwing it out and letting go of it because it's just so real.
Yeah,
And
okay.
it's so in my face all the time.
Okay. So we are going to, what I heard you say, I have a hard time not keeping it. Okay. So one of the things I'm doing with this, guys, is that we're grabbing some of these really important things. I'm going to teach you how to write a declaration that surrounds this. So instead of saying, I am worthy, that is a big stretch for you right now. That is not possible. But for us to say, I choose to throw out things that do not serve me. That means that unworthiness starts to get thrown out because it doesn't serve you. I choose to throw out things that don't serve me. Does that make sense? So we're going to start writing a little bit of declarations. I want to go to everybody. Patty, what about you? What was one of your big negatives?
Well, I actually did my first goal that I set. I didn't feel like I had as many of those that were holding me back. It was from my ones further down.
Mhm.
So, let's see which one. I want to get into a healthy living situation, and so one of those things was I can't afford it. So hard to move all of my things. I like my ward. It's close to my storage. It's all my staging things. Just kind of the logistics of all of that.
Okay, good. So I'm hearing how hard, I love that. It's so hard to move because then all the other things fell underneath that.
Yeah.
Right? That's kind of what that was. Good. All right, Anne, what about you? What's one of your big yucks?
Well,
She just got back.
I've been on the phone with an office, so I really didn't have a whole lot.
Okay, well, we'll come back to you. I want you to throw up some things.
Has one.
What I.
Oh, she has one? Okay.
From things to, I guess, to get in the way from having this desire happen. Is that kind of what it was?
Huh?
Okay, so that I would personally get discouraged after these 3 or 4 months of that. And I would also have physical challenges to have to get over, and that I would suddenly view myself more as, instead of being the Energizer Bunny, to be old.
Oh, so good. I view myself as old. Okay, thank you for that. Dina, what about you, my dear? Healing from your lungs. What's your big yuck? I can't hear you. I can see feet, but you're muted unless that's not your feet.
Hey, Anne, I'm in a treatment right now.
Okay, all right.
Hold on. I can still talk, and she's going to take this off, so I'm good. I would have to give up some really bad, yucky habits that I have as far as like food is concerned, you know, because I know that my health obviously is tied into that. And I just don't want to give up I don't want to give up my coffee. I don't want to give up, you know, just being able to go and grab fast food. You know, the effort of really making good, healthy food choices is not feeling amazing to me. Yeah, so, and that I know is all tied into the phlegm and the congestion that is, you know, contributing to the lack of lung health that I have right now. Yeah. So there you
Okay.
go.
Cool. I love it. I love. I don't want to give up. That was your theme. I don't want to give up. So one of the things about that is I don't want to give up. It's really, I don't want to give up. I don't want to give up here. Because when I give up, he like brings me all the things that I actually need. So instead of giving up, like resigning and never having the other things, yes, I get this. Jimmy, what's in your way of sitting at the campfire? What's your big stupid?
My husband.
My husband.
I can come up with a better one, but like that was my first. He doesn't want me to travel. He's afraid.
Don't know why, Jimmy.
I have no idea why. It's completely around.
Okay, husband, good. All right. Melissa, what's your big yuck?
I am not good at connecting with people. I'm awkward, and in order to do any business, you have to be able to keep and form and maintain relationships, and I'm really, really bad at that.
I'm awkward.
Yeah, Lindsay.
I'm really bad.
With United Way.
Okay, I got you. I'm not good at connecting. I'm awkward. I'm really bad at making connections.
An online workshop.
I'm just gonna say that is a 100% lie. But I'm just gonna let you believe it. We're gonna look at it. We're gonna play with it. Okay. Melissa or Deanna, what about you?
Work takes all my time. Every extra, like I wrote on a page here, but these all just seem like really wimpy excuses to me. Like,
The work takes all my time.
that's the one. Yeah.
That's the one. All right, Dan, what about you? What's your big yuck?
Exercises that I need to do that my body doesn't want me to do.
Okay, I love that. We got some good stuff we can do with this one. All right, Renee, what about you? What's your thing?
Well, one of them is that I don't want to. I
Don't want to work.
I don't want to, but I have to. And I do start a new job soon, so that'll help.
Okay, so I don't want to work. That's it, right?
I don't want to, I'm not very good, I'm not fulfilling, stuff like that.
Hey, good. The big deal to be able to really say, you know what, I actually have no desire to adult. I just don't want to. I don't like it. Anybody not want to adult? Because you're not alone, Renee, just so that you're really clear. We don't want to. All right, Kaylee, what's in your way? She's still here, Trevor? Oh, there she is. Okay. Kaylee, what's in your way? What's the big yuck?
There were a lot, but that kind of boils down to two is it's stupid to think that I can come up with the amount of money that I'm thinking of for just a vacation, a quick vacation, that when there's already so many things that money's committed to.
So I hear it's not responsible.
Yeah. And the other one that came up a lot was that it may not be fun with my family, dang it all. Like there's the mask requirements and there's the whining about money and there's the I'm too tired and it may not live up to my anticipation of what I want it to look like.
Yeah.
So why even bother?
Yes, I get that. That's why I'm actually going, probably the deal is in March, to Harry Potter World in Orlando with my friends, because my family will suck and I want to have a good time. Harry Potter World. Yes, I hear that. Okay, Trevor, what about you? What's in the way?
Well, I can't control other people. That's one of them. And I'm not perfect at helping other men heal, so I'm constantly making mistakes. I just don't feel I'm good enough.
An interesting life.
Past failures.
Mhm. The reason why I say that's an interesting lie is because your ability and willingness to sit in your imperfection is the exact thing that will help them out of theirs.
Thank you.
You being perfect does not help them. And you being actually completely authentic is the healing element. So that's interesting that that's the lie that's being told to you about why you can't. It's being used against you because it's a very superpower that you have. Yeah, love it. Okay, Laura, what about you? It's a big yuck.
One thing that has always come up for me is that I can't be a good mom and work at the same time. I already feel like I don't have enough time for myself and the kids and the house. And if I add more stuff onto it, it's only going to compound that. And that it's kind of silly to waste money on classes or training because I feel like I don't know enough and I have to keep learning to share and to help others. And that my memory is not good enough.
I love it. I've got a really good declaration for you on this. And Stephanie, what about you? What's in the way?
For me, it's kind of a combination of energy and time. I feel like I don't have time to do anything other than work and all these other obligations. And by the time I have some time, I'm too exhausted to do anything and I don't want to do anything.
Okay. Lisa, what about you? What's your big yuck? I can't hear you. There you go.
I always have to unmute it. I'm sorry, because I got a lot of things going on.
I can see that. We're talking to everybody.
Okay. My son just got home, and so I was talking to him. Okay, for me, the thing, it's life, right? So I like with healing, I have limitations that the doctors have set, which I don't agree with. And so, but I'm hoping that I can do that. It's as far as the office and the routine, it's not where I want to be. I want to be at home. I want
Oh,
to
so
be
you don't want to, you don't want to work. You just want.
right. I just want to be at my house, clean and organize my house. Yeah, there you go.
Love it. Okay. So that I honor your time, because we have got just a few more minutes, I am going to lead you through the next thing, and then we can work on declarations. I'll explain what that is. And anybody who wants to stay on, I will help you write some declarations that are very specifically for you. Okay. But what I would like to do now that we've thrown that up, take it, put it away. Okay. Because that's out. We've connected to the yuck, put it out. And then I want you to take a minute to shut your eyes. And I want you to see yourself in March with exactly what you desired. But instead of just saying it, I want you to feel whatever feelings come up in you about that. Okay, the positive ones. So for instance, if I were debt-free by March, and I'm thinking about debt-free, I'm excited about the fact the money inside the bank account is not going away to anyone. It's just mine. I am relieved. Oh, and I'm generous. Those are the feelings that came up. So what I want you to do is connect to what it looks like on the back end and find the feelings that actually creates in you. Does everybody understand what I'm asking? Anybody got a question? Okay, we're going to find the feeling of when you have those 20 subscribers, Laura. What does that feel like? Okay, so it's not just the vision of you see 20 on your subscription list. What does that look like? So Melissa, when all those medical bills are paid, I just want you to get the feeling of what that is. Okay, when you and Logan are like going at night and you've got money in the bank and you've like totally like shifted your workspace, what does that feel like? What emotions? Okay, so everybody just emote just for a minute. Just feel the emotions of it.
Relief.
Yeah.
Excitement. Peace. Love.
Okay, when you get those emotions, I would like you to write them down, just the emotion. Write the emotion down that you're feeling. So, Kaylee, whatever emotion you're feeling when it's an awesome vacation. However you get there, with whomever you are with. Okay. So this is what you're going to do next. You're going to take those emotions. Does everybody have some emotions that you found? Is there anybody who struggled with that? Renee, did you find some emotions of you having a fulfilled job and loving it?
Have I ever had a fulfilling job?
No, I'm asking, as you envisioned yourself working and loving it, did you find some emotions that were positive?
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay, so
Not
that's
yet.
so that's the goal. I would love for you to envision as though bibbity bobbity boo. Okay, fairy godmother helped you find the job that is really fulfilling and makes you want to go to work. And if that is the case, what are you actually feeling inside?
Excitement.
Okay, well, shut your eyes and feel it. I want you to let the emotion actually come up in you. Okay. Once you have these emotions in you, I'm going to tell you what you're going to do next. First, I'm going to tell you a little story about some dancers that I used to teach. So I taught ballet in the Washington, D.C. area for 7 years. I'm a very, very, very technical teacher because I danced with Ballet West before I had any children. And so I know what good technique is, and I know when it's not, and I know what happens. So I train very, very beautifully technical dancers. The problem that comes is that I had these dancers, they were so technically perfect. They were like freaking little robots, and none of them were artists. And I couldn't get them to the technique was there, but I couldn't turn them into dancers. And so one day I came into the studio is at night, it was like in October. So, sun went down early, and I shut off all the lights in the studio. I played some music. I flipped the light on, and I said, I want to know what that made you feel. And they're like, what? And I went, let's do it again. So I turned off the lights, and I had them kind of key into what they were feeling with the music, popped that back on, and I said, no, what did you feel? And they all kind of went, like, what am I supposed to feel? Like, what is the point of this? What do you want me to feel? And I went, oh, no, wait a minute. There is no right or wrong answer. I'm curious about what you feel when this music plays. So I'm going to do this again. So I put on a different piece of music, and I let them go through that experience. I turn the light on, and I go, okay, so what did you feel? And this one girl goes, powerful. There's a really reason. I'm like, good, okay, so you felt powerful. I go, what about you? And she goes, I'm mad. I go, you're mad? She goes, I got to fight with my mom. So it's just like, yes, I'm mad. I'm like, okay, cool. So we kind of went through this where each one of them actually just got to feel whatever it was that they felt. And that was the right answer, whatever it is that they felt. And then I said, okay, I'm going to give you an exercise. It's something that we've done over and over, so they already had it in their brain. I do not want you to dance what anger looks like. I want you to let anger be in your body and dance. And I want power. I want you to feel powerful and dance with that feeling, not dance what powerful is supposed to look like. Does everybody understand that? Because we can go, oh, no, I'm acting angry. I'm not feeling angry on any level. Or I can just let something come up in me that makes me feel really angry. And I guarantee you're going to feel how mad I am. Okay, because I'm doing it with anger. What I want you to do is take those emotions again, the ones that you just let surface, and you're going to write a quick little journal entry on April 1st. Date it, April 1st, 2022. And you're going to take one of those emotions and you're going to write, I'm so excited because blah, 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 all the things that have already happened. I am so amazed. I feel so peaceful. I am patient. Man, I love to have this energy. I feel so energetic because we found all the reasons out about what's going on with my health. And I had doctors and I had the understanding and the right exercise program for me that fit into my job and all the things you're going to write with the emotion in your body. And you're going to explain how that happened in advance. You're going to make up a story. Does everybody understand what we're doing here? Yes? So you have the last little bit of time to start creating that. So I'm going to share with you really quickly my house. So what I would love to feel in my home. So I pretended like I was just coming home. I feel drawn into the light. I have a piano room off to one side of the entrance. In that room, I feel so peaceful when I sit down and play. Light is flooding in, and that fills up my soul. Music is floating through the air, or floats through the air, but isn't disturbing anybody else. It feels so crisp and clean. It's a place to just come, play, enjoy, talk, read. Then I go into the next room and I wrote what I wanted to feel in every single room of my house. As some of you have been here, and that piano room is very literally on the side of my house. I very literally connected to every single thing in this. I wrote this about 3 weeks before I even saw my house. Even down to the closet, I said I want it to be its own separate room with a door that shuts. And I literally have a room that looks like 2 twin beds could fit into my closet. I've never seen a closet like this before in my life. And it's in this house, the same one that has the piano room. Okay, so I let myself feel everything I wanted to feel as I walked in and through my house, and then I wrote with the feeling. So that's what I would love for you to do, is connect to the feeling and start writing. Okay, ready, go.
And I missed that. Can you tell me again what we're supposed to be doing?
So you're envisioning what it looks to have full lung capacity. You are feeling like when you look at that, I want you to feel in March, what feelings show up in you because you have full capacity of your lungs, total healing of that. Not what are you doing, but what are you feeling? Right? And then what you're doing, Dina, is that you're writing a journal entry as of April 1st, 2022. And you're explaining the feelings that I just identified. It is 11:03. If anybody needs to bounce out, you're more than welcome to. If you would love to stay, you can stay. Renee, you're writing as though you're coming home from work and you've just had a really, really fabulous, fulfilled day.
What a good day I've had. What I like what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's what you're writing. You're writing like a letter, or, you know, you're explaining how awesome work was today. That's all you're writing. Make it up. Make it up.
I haven't written anything because I don't know what to write.
Renee,
I am.
Listen to me. All you have to do is write a fantasy. Write down how awesome the best day of work is. Like you went in and your coworkers were happy with you, you felt fulfilled, like what, just write the whole thing. You're stopping in your brain, and all you got to do is start putting the pen. It doesn't have to be good, hun. This is not school. You're not turning it in. I'm not doing your spelling or your grammar. You're just Writing. Now you were able to write all the things that were wrong, right? Did you write that?
Sure.
Okay, do the same thing on the opposite side. Just write. What would it be like if you had a really fulfilling job? How much fun would it be to have the money coming in because you were really fulfilled and excited to go to work and laughed with your coworkers or laughed with somebody that you were taking care of? Whatever that job looks like, make it up. It doesn't have to be real. It doesn't have to come true, but to sit in the feeling of it's going to be great. So that's what your job is right now. Just let go of all the reasons why it can't and just pretend.
Well, the customers were good.
Write it down, write it down, write it down.
Well, then.
Yep, write it down. I thought it said it went to 11, Melissa. Thank you for letting me know it goes to 11:30. Sweet.
Well, I'm writing, so.
Keep writing, Renee. Just write.
Okay.
Okay. Give this another couple minutes. Then I would love for somebody to just share what their experience was in doing that. All right, Trevor, what'd you come up with? You want to share a little bit about what you wrote?
Sure. All right. I hit my goal of monetizing Rise Undaunted and having over 1,000 men in it. I feel so much joy because I'm helping so many men in their journey of healing their lives and their relationships. It's also bringing in income so I can have more time and money to focus on changing men's lives. It's also healing my own life as I participate in this group. Heavenly Father and His Son Jesus and others beyond the veil have truly helped me accomplish this. I can't wait to see this group grow to 100 times this size.
Awesome. Oh, I got chills. Did you feel it? Did you feel it while you were writing? Like, were you excited?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So good. So good. So that right there is now your responsibility to read that and to allow yourself to feel it over and over and over and over and over again. Then the next expectation, if we're going to put that, is whatever crazy cockeyed idea that comes to you, you just do it. Yeah. That you don't have to know how to get to this vision. You only have to be willing to actually experience it. I'm going to say that again, everybody. This is the secret sauce. You do not have to know how to get to your vision. You only have to be willing to experience it. And you start by experiencing it right now. Like Trevor, I totally believe you. I got goosebumps. I went, oh my gosh, he's got 1,000 people. And his passion of helping men actually heal their relationships is so powerful. I can feel it. Stay in that. And what happens is that when you have a conversation with somebody on an elevator who connects you to somebody else who's got 25 people that need to come into your program, you'll be able to just speak it with the same amount of belief as you just spoke it just now. That is actually vision setting instead of goal setting. Does that make sense? You don't have to know how. All right. Evie, what'd you come up with?
Okay. I feel energized by following my plan to gain better health in the first quarter of 2022. I feel happy that my body is healthy and strong. I'm excited for the rest of my life because I am healthy and able to pursue endeavors that bring peace, comfort, and love to myself and others.
Yeah.
I can feel it.
You didn't
Huh?
feel it?
What's that?
You can feel it?
Oh, I can feel it. Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Yep.
so we read that on a regular basis. Now, those of you who want to have this be really powerful, I encourage you to record yourself reading it and play it in that twilight hours right before you wake up or just as you're going to sleep. Because subconscious programming in Genius Bootcamp, I really teach a lot about this, the difference between our conscious mind and our subconscious programs and what our programs do. They actually, it's their job to keep you safe and to carry out orders. So if you've told yourself that if your subconscious program is, I will never heal because I'm too tired to do that, then that will be no matter how much positive things you say, until you start to feel it. And then the subconscious mind goes, wait a minute, we have new orders. Like what? We're supposed to have 1,000 people? I thought we were only supposed to have 20. Chop, let's go. Okay, the subconscious mind starts actually getting engaged to bring these things true, but it doesn't work if you don't feel it. Renee, that's why it was so important for me to go, let's see if you can connect with the feeling, because you will stay in a job that you hate and force yourself to do so if that's the emotions that you continue to use when you're thinking about work. If you start to actually shift this into possibility of having a job that's really fulfilling, then your subconscious can be reprogrammed, and that very job you will start to actually align with, and it will be part of your experience. But as long as you go, yeah, work sucks, I hate it, I never have had anything fulfilling in my life, I probably never will, that will continue to be your reality. I absolutely know this to be 100% true. I have watched this over and over and over and over again. So what about you, Beth Ann? How did that go for you?
It went really well, actually. I said, I am feeling great. Wow, I did it. I am so excited that I'm able to easily lose 35 pounds. Food preparation was made easy because I'm learning how to use food as fuel, not as a tool or crutch. My family has been supportive through this whole journey of life, and we'll be able to enjoy our vacation in May. And I'll be able to hike up that steep incline, which I was out of breath last year and exhausted. And this time I'll be able to do it with ease. And I'm feeling good about myself and what I've accomplished and what I'm capable of achieving in the future. I have a strong sense of self-worth.
I have a strong sense of self-worth. So good. So one of the things I want you to know as you're looking at writing these, because I would love for you to continue, and even send them to me if you want to, because I can help you change that language and make sure it's in the right place. If you say, I am able to, which is different, Beth Ann, because you've gotten to a certain place and then you're projecting forward. Okay, so we've got that stopping place. But if you're like, I will be able to, then what's going to happen is your subconscious will always make you able to. And you will never actually get there. Instead, you go, I climbed the mountain and it was fantastic. Like like you can take this vision now and move it into the next quarter when you take that vacation in May.
Right.
The views were amazing. Like my heart was thumping, but it had that good thump because I had exerted effort, but I wasn't exhausted and out of breath. Like it was so invigorating to feel my body working like it was supposed to. I love this. And the food that I eat now, like it actually tastes so delicious because I don't have all the crap anymore. Like my taste buds actually taste lettuce and it's delicious without having the dressing on it. Like it's so crazy. I love my food, right? As you write that way, those things start to show up. Just make sure that you are in the present tense and not into future tense, because future tense means it's always still on the way and you're kind of in a chase.
Okay.
Make it be now. Okay.
Okay.
Everybody, any other? Dan, what have you got?
Mute, Dad. You need to unmute.
I muted for a minute. There you go.
Okay, my future feelings would be being free, being energetic, being in control.
Yeah. So what did you write about that?
That's what I wrote. I feel free, I feel energetic, I feel in control.
So what are you doing as though it's a journal entry? Like, can you put yourself in a day where you were energetic and you were, right? Like a future journal entry as though it's already happened.
I thought I did that. I feel free. I feel energetic.
Mm-hmm.
Done.
So what are you doing that equals freedom?
Movement, breathe, function, life.
Who's around you?
What's around me?
Yeah, yeah. Paint the picture. Paint a day.
I struggle, I'm sorry.
Does it make sense what I'm asking?
Well, I thought I had done it, but you
No,
said.
you've done it. I'm just expanding it, Dan. You have, I feel free. So let me ask you this. If you ever write in your journal, when you write a journal entry, do you say, I feel free, I feel energetic, or do you say, I feel so free today, I was able to do this? And you kind of explain what that freedom is and how you experience it. That's all I'm asking, is to expand it a little bit into a story.
I will work on that. I've never done it. I've never journaled.
Oh, you've never journaled?
No.
Oh, this will be fun. I'm so excited. It'll be fun. You did it well, Dan. You connected to the I feel free and I feel energetic. Can you feel in the past when you have felt super free and energetic?
In the past, I've been able to function, go, come, think, do.
Mm-hmm.
None of which I feel capable of right now.
Right. So one of the things that we do in the Joyful Heart Mastery class is that we connect to those memories so that you can feel what it feels like to be free, because you're connecting to the memory of the past. And then you take that and you project it into the future so that you can get there again. I know that sounds really weird. It's something that, like I said, we do in the Joyful Heart Mastery. Just so you guys know, I put the dates for Genius Bootcamp if anybody's interested. I am going to be in Phoenix January 6th to the 8th. And then there is a scheduled at the Homestead Ranch January 13th through the 15th. It's really awesome because you can come and just be and dedicate that weekend and connect with other people that are working on these things. If there is more interest in me doing a Zoom like this, it is starts on Thursday at noon. And then we go from noon to 6 on Thursday. We go 10 to 6 on Friday and 10 to 6 on Saturday if I do a virtual where we just meet and do Genius Bootcamp here. I need to have probably 5 people who would love to do virtual for me to do that. Otherwise, we'll probably meet in St. George. So those of you can do that. That's super fun. And then in February, in St. George, the 17th through the 19th is also a Genius Bootcamp. And we just really craft and work one-on-one. This is a 2-hour little section with me. You get 36 hours of just really cool stuff. Liz, you've done Genius Bootcamp, yes? Who else has done? Melissa's done Genius Bootcamp. Beth Ann did Genius Bootcamp. Beth Ann, did it change anything for you at all?
It changed my life completely.
Did it?
Yeah, I've taken that positive outlook to my work, to my job, and has just exploded at the hospital for me. I'm a nurse, if anybody, for people that don't know, and nursing is a very tough field right now. It's a very negative driven, hardworking job every day. Actually, I worked last night. I've only slept an hour and a half today, so that I could the meeting today. But I have actually used it with my patients. Negative outcomes from surgery. It's like, okay, God, who am I here to help today? And there is one person, at least one person, every single day, whether it's a patient, a coworker, just teaching them that, to think on that positivity level. I took the Genius Boot Camp in August, and I have not had a bad day at work since August.
Yay! That's so great.
And
So
I had talked to my chief nursing officer. She's new to our facility. We are a huge level 1 trauma center. She came around and she put me out to speak with me, and she's like, "Where do you take this class at?" So she's like,
I can come out again. I'm more than willing to come back out to Pennsylvania and do it for your nursing staff. Just let them know.
I would probably have a lineup, because I just talked to a gentleman last night, and he says, I need this in my life right now. It's hard, and at home and at work, people want it.
Yeah.
Have to work at it, and I have totally mindset, and I'm on that upper frequency.
Very, very cool. Deanna went to the very first Genius Boot Camp I ever went to. Right? So much fun. Anyway, okay, let me jump really quickly into declarations. So when we claimed our throw up, there is an equal and opposite positive that we need to give ourselves. Now, one of the things about Genius Boot Camp is it's not the theory. You should think positive. It actually gives you some how. Like, how do you get there, right? I'm so tired of people saying, this is why I created Joyful Heart Mastery. It's a different class. I get so tired of people saying, men are that they might have joy, and you need to have joy. And if you're righteous, you have joy. And I go, yeah, but my life sucks. So what? I'm wicked? Like, nobody teaches you how. How? In the middle of the financial mess, and how in the middle of the health mess or the caretaking mess, how do I actually find any kind of joy in this? I really believed for a really long time that if I suffered enough, struggled enough, joy was the reward in heaven. What a hard way to live. I've now found out and crafted that Joyful Heart Mastery program to go, okay, what are the actual steps? What is the skill set that somebody who's joyful has? And how does that work, right? So, all right, one of the things is to declare. We're going to shift in an opposite direction. So let's take let's take Deanna. Deanna, work takes all your time, every ounce of it. Okay, what if I easily find time to exercise and enjoy every moment I spend in that activity?
That sounds great.
Okay, so what I just did is took work takes all my time and went, oh, let's do something with time. What would you love? Well, I would love to easily find the time to exercise. So that's what you craft. I easily find time to exercise. And instead of, I don't know, exercise, you guys, how many of you exercise, you have to force yourself into it? Like, it's one of those things you have to do, like going to the dentist, I have to exercise because that's what's good for me, right? I can switch that around too and go, I enjoy every moment that I do. That includes when the muscles are shaking, like you're enjoying it, right? And the easily finding time. What time do you go to work, Melissa?
Me?
No, not Melissa, sorry. I'm reading the name and staring at Deanna at the same time. Deanna, what time do you go into work?
Well, see, that's the thing is I work at home half the time. I work at work half the time. So sometimes I get up at 5 in the morning and go straight to my computer because that's the demands right now at work. That is gonna change because
Okay, what would you love to experience instead of 5 o'clock in the morning? What would you love?
well, at least, so I have a couple children. I work at the school where my children go, and have a couple children who have early morning seminary. They go at 7:20. My ideal would be go with them so that I could be done by the time they get out of school, which is 20 after 3.
I easily found time to exercise when I took Jade to early morning seminary in Pennsylvania. Because I took him and then I would run around a neighborhood in the dark. And then I would come home and I would lay back down and I'd wake up and I'd go, I think I exercised today. It was all a dream. But I easily found the time to exercise.
That's awesome.
Okay, so just keep repeating. I easily find time.
Yeah.
Because it can shift around all the time, right? There's a lot of different ways. Like today I did 15 minutes because that's all I got. But those of you who want to know, I've got a really good friend. Her name is Jen Bourne, and she's really fantastic. And at 8 o'clock in the morning, she does a little exercise thing that you just hook into in your living room. And we all turn cameras on or off, and it's not aerobic. So it's all that really good. I'm just going to build muscle, and she's a dancer. So it's all about stretching and lengthening. It's not yoga. So I'm not, posing, but I'm moving the muscle and then I'm stretching that muscle and then I'm moving another muscle. And I just feel invigorated by the time I'm done, even if I only do 15 minutes, but it's just online. I can just give you the link. Anybody who wants to join. There was absolutely no pressure, and she is fantastic at what she does. Absolutely fantastic.
And that's at 8 o'clock every morning.
8 on Mondays and Thursdays. 8 o'clock in the morning on Mondays and Thursdays, and it's just laying down, and you do the leg lifts, and you do some things, and it's all about lengthening the body so that you're tall and strong, and it's just a really, really cool thing. Sometimes we have 2 people there, sometimes we have 10. It's her gift to the world.
Awesome.
Because of who she is. And so I will get you, Laura, I saw that you want the link.
Yeah, send me the link too. That'd be great.
Okay. I'm going to write this down so I don't forget. Laura wants a link and Deanna wants a link. And Laura, link to Jen Bourne's exercise. Okay, cool. Let's do Evie. So you have no desire to take care of yourself because you took care of Bart for so long. Is that right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I'm just tired. I'm done. Yeah.
Yeah. So what would you read your statement again? Let's read your statement of health.
You want me to do it out loud?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I feel energized by following my plan to gain better health in the first quarter of 2022. I feel happy that my body is healthy and strong. I'm excited for the rest of my life because I am healthy and able to pursue endeavors that bring peace, comfort, and love to myself and others.
And that's what you would really love. That's what I'm hearing.
Mm-hmm.
So I love taking care of me, and I'm excited about my future. Like we need to craft something there. We can talk a little bit more, but we need to craft instead of the I am done. What has happened, Evie, is that you've got what I call the no will to live energy. It's not suicidal. It's just done.
Yeah, I'm just worn out. I'm tired. I'm just done.
Yeah, just tired. So I will tell you this, guys, your words matter deeply. So much more than you know. So I want to present this and then we'll be done for this workshop. The Tower of Babel. When God confused the language, there's this really interesting little scripture in there. And it says that God came, looked down, saw them building the tower, and he goes, ah, shoot. He goes, they have a common language. There's nothing they can't do. Why? Because the Adamic language was the language of creation. Whatever they spoke came into being. That is what is. And so what the confusion of the language was not, we're going to make French, German, and Russian. But there's words introduced that cause doubt, fear, impossibility. Think about it. There's the Hopi Indians do not have any word for past, anything in the past. They don't have a word for time. What they have is the present. And so the way that they operate was always in the present. There wasn't anything in the past. Now, if that is true, then your consciousness, this is just all there is. But we have words in our consciousness that say impossibility, doubt, fear, lost, left out. That's the actual confusion of the words. It's impossibility, that disbelief that showed up. So if God could not withhold anything from them because their language was so possible, my question to you, watch yourself in the next 20 minutes. What are you creating with your words? I am just done. Therefore, you will be done. Right? If we say, I'm excited to live again. I'm excited to live my life with joy again. Or I live my life with joy and exuberance for life. Then what happens is all of those shifts that need to happen for you to actually enjoy the rest of your days on this earth will start to show up for you. And the only effort is in the mind. The only effort is the language and the shift. But we have to really connect to that. So I just want you to consider how often we say things that say, I can't, I won't, it's too hard, I shouldn't. Most of you said it. If you go and look over your throw up, look at the throw up and go, is that what I would love to create? When you do that, it's really fun to go, oh, wait, no, actually, I don't want to create that. What I would love to create is freedom. And what I would love to create is exuberance for life. Now, that doesn't mean that every single day is not going to, be all happy, rosy, and joyful, but you will lean in more to those joyful things that way. Does that make sense, everybody? Anybody have a question about that? Okay, so this is your goal to get this started with this workshop. You're going to take your throw up list and you're going to burn it. You're going to throw it down the toilet. You're going to destroy it. You're going to whatever. Okay. What happened is we got it up and out of your body. If it comes up again, it's okay. But for now, let's just look at it and go, does this actually serve me? Because you would not be in this workshop if it did. So you're trying to get some release from that somewhere. So go ahead and be responsible. I cannot burn your things for you. You can only do that for yourself. So you're going to burn your things and go, I hear you. I see you. One of the things I know is that when I witness myself, I'm able to let things go. So actually witness, this is what I say to myself, not with guilt. It's just, wow, that's really interesting. I really actually don't like to feel this way. I really would love to feel this instead. Let's just do that for me. Burn it. And then you are to read your goal statement every single day, at least 3 times a day for the next 21 days. Okay, that's your goal. If we're going to do goals, let's envision for a minute. Let's everybody envision you actually connecting to that statement. 3 times a day. Kind of envision when you're going to do it. Is it morning? Is it at lunch? Is it evening? Do you set an alarm on your phone so that when it goes off, you read it? Do you have it on your fridge so that when you pass it, you read it? What do you do with it? Envision. See yourself connecting to the vision and see yourself believing in it. There you go. That is the only work. And then I would love reports back on what happens in a month for some of your things. Right? Liz, you look very sad. Are you okay? Now, I also want Trevor, I want you to look at maybe a smaller chunk towards that 1,000 in the next month and go, what would I love in the next month? And then what would I love after that? Sometimes when we do this, we set it so big that then we come up against what I call the terror barrier that says impossibility, we bounce back out, right? And so make sure that it's set in a way that you could actually do that. Okay, any thoughts, questions, feelings that you would love to share with me? I do have a, Liz put it here. I'd like you to grab this. Where is it? Liz, where did you put it? Oh, there it is. I got it. Okay. There is a, I'm going to put it to all of you. There is a test you can take called the Mindset Quotient Test, and it helps kind of identify where your holes are in your thinking and your feeling so that you can work on those very specific things to help you get into that place where you start living the life that you would love. So Liz helps people process those things out. So if you guys want to take that, and she can help you process out. Right, Liz? If not, I can do it. Liz can do that. All right, that is it, everyone. Thank you for coming. Put any comments on the chat. I think we have a messenger group. So if you have any questions for me, any questions, anything you would like to talk to me about, please put it in there. And we will maybe continue another workshop another day. Okay? All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Okay.
Quick question. Ann.
Yes.
So we've been through this today. Is it possible to pop on another day and just be a part of the process again?
Absolutely possible. So I'm going to send out an event thing later today on Facebook to do it again tomorrow. And I've had somebody say that they would love Wednesday. So you're more than willing to come and then just work. That's the thing about being the first in, is that you can come and work even more on it. And each group dynamic is a little bit different, as you know, Patty. So we'll be able to talk and work a little bit differently.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
It's great. Have a great day, everybody.
Yeah.
You too.
Bye-bye.